Time is running out to plan and prepare for school in September, and not just in Canada. Top U.S. health official Anthony Fauci acknowledging to the Washington Post today that we're all still learning about how COVID-19 behaves in children.
As a group, do they spread? Do they get antibodies? What's the in-family spread or not? We started a study on May 1st. We'll get some answers by December of this year.
Fauci also cited a recent study on the subject suggesting children under 10 spread the virus at about half the rate of adults, but children 10 and over spread COVID just like adults. This is a risk that provinces are trying to manage. BC, Alberta, and Saskatchewan and Nova Scotia have already published plans for a full return to the classroom. Ontario has been considering a range of options. Its plan expected next week. And Deanna Sumanak-Johnson shows us how school boards and teachers are scrambling to prepare for all possible scenarios.
After a trying spring, this teacher and e-learning expert has been interviewing her fellow Ontario teachers about their experiences for an academic study. What she's hearing is frustration.
They can't plan for September. They can't plan psychologically in terms of figuring out what risk they're going to assume when they walk into that classroom, provided we're walking back into that classroom.
She says that big unknown is putting stress on educators. Some provinces have already made the call to send students back to classrooms, but in Ontario, school boards are still preparing for 3 scenarios: full-time in-person classes, part-time in-person classes combined with e-learning, or entirely remote learning.
There's been so much change, so much uncertainty.
This school board chair says that while she understands Ontario's wait-and-see approach, it's putting educators in a tough spot.
We continuously have an experience where the ministry is telling us that information will be forthcoming and then it does not.
School boards across Ontario are submitting their plans to the province for approval, but educators all know there's another group they'll have to please: parents. Many would like to see their kids back to school full-time if it's safe. But if it winds up being e-learning, it has to get better, says this parent.
Even between the teachers, there was just so much disparity in terms of the types of assignments, the volume of assignments that they would give.
School boards say they're factoring in the parents' feedback, but Behan Farhadi hopes all sides listen to the teachers too.
I worry about teacher retention. They're going to feel demotivated, and they're going to feel like they're in an impossible position.
While the stress will likely continue, some of the uncertainty should be gone by next week, when Ontario's education minister is slated to announce the plan for September. Deanna Sumanak-Johnson, CBC News, Toronto.